Okay, so today we're going to talk about contrapositive statements. Now, again, this is another related statement. If you haven't seen my introduction to statements video, my truth values video, my inverse statements, or my converse statements videos, you're going to want to go ahead and watch all of those before you watch this one, because this one uses concepts from all of those videos. Contrapositive, it's called contrapositive because you change the order of the statement, you swap it all around, but it still has the same truth value. So that's where the word positive comes from. So let me put a statement up. So let's see. If it is raining outside, and then the sidewalk is wet. Okay, so here's my original statement. And quickly write down the truth value. Now, if you see my other videos, I've used this example a few times, and we already talked about why this one is true. Okay. Now, the contrapositive, we're going to do a few different things. We're actually going to take the statement. We're going to take the converse and the inverse. It's a combination of both of those in order to build the contrapositive. So remember, the converse swaps the hypothesis and the conclusion. And then the inverse adds not to the hypothesis or actually, let me use this or jargon. I did talk about the definition of this word. It negates the hypothesis and the conclusion. So we're going to do both of this to our original statement. Yep. Let me just go to make a new box. Okay. So my contrapositive statement, contrapositive, is going to be if it is not, there's where my inverse comes in. And then I take the converse. If the sidewalk, this is my converse, is not wet, then it is not raining outside. Hey. Now, in our previous videos, we talked about how the converse and the inverse can change the truth value of a statement. However, the contrapositive does not change the truth value of the statement. So, if the original statement is true, has a truth value true, then the contrapositive will also be true. And let's look at this. Let's examine the statement for a moment to see if that makes sense. Well, let's see. The sidewalk is not wet, so the sidewalk is dry. Does that mean it's not raining out? Well, if it was raining, then the sidewalk definitely would be wet. So if the sidewalk is dry, well, then it must not be raining. That makes sense. Actually, it reminds me of this picture I saw on the internet. It was a rock hanging from a string, and they called it a weather rock, right? And one of the things that says, if the rock is wet, it is raining outside, because it was hanging out outside. It was funny. Anyways, sidetrack, side note. It was a funny joke. You should look up weather rock on the internet. It's funny. Hey, so just a quick example to what a contrapositive is. I'm not going to give a whole bunch of examples because this is essentially it. You swap the hypothesis and the conclusion, and you negate both the hypothesis and the conclusion, or you throw those not words in there. So here's my conclusion of my last statement. is now my hypothesis, and I threw the word not in there. And what was my hypothesis is now my conclusion, and I threw the word not in there. Okay. I still have more to come in our statement series, so stay tuned. Again, you can use these short videos to review any of these at any time.